Join NBC Sports Chicago Tuesday, July 3rd here at Wrigley Field for our next Cubs Authentic Fan Night. The Cubs will host the Tigers. Visit the Authentic Fan booth inside the Gallagher Way gate. Grab free sunglasses while supplies last. Brandon Morrow will pitch. Trying to save a tie.
And sparkling numbers so far for Brandon, 14 out of 15 in save opportunities. This obviously is not one of them. An 0.89 ERA. Limited damage. A lot of punch outs.
Ground ball into center field, and Altair tied the game in the 6th with a big home run. And a leadoff single here in the ninth.
Well, not a bad idea to go up there looking to swing early, because Morrow's generally very aggressive attacking the strike zone.
And Cousins joined the roster when Rhys Hoskins went to the DL recently. Hoskins has a broken jaw. He fouled a ball off his face. That does not sound like fun.
Stayed in the game, didn't he, after that happened?
I think he might have, yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike.
There's the Smith brothers. Ready out there in the pen.
Guys who look like that at the ballpark once, and Harry said, "Hey Arnie, who are those guys?" ZZ Top. Look like they should be selling cough drops. That is trouble, and it's gone. Dylan Cousins,
wow,
with his first major league home run against Brandon Morrow, another guy who had a long homerless streak.
The longest. He had the longest active homerless streak in Major League Baseball. So we've seen number 1 and number 3 go down tonight. Very improbable, crazy night. And his first Cishek gives one up, and now Morrow fastball down, but middle down, and Cousins, a big strong kid, able to lift it. Well, look at your launch angle for you.
He should be very proud of that home run. An opposite field blast at Wrigley Field off one of the toughest in the league. Brandon Morrow. Swing and a miss by Crawford. Wow. 5-3 Phillies on a couple of home runs tonight. Off what had been a very stingy Cubs bullpen.
His first career home run, correct? He just had a handful of at-bats.
It was his 6th career plate appearance. Strike 3.
This is a low fastball, middle of the plate. Wind neutral here tonight. Not going to knock anything down. Not going to help it either. He's just a strong kid. A hard line drive the other way, just enough, 370, to give the Phillies the lead. Get into the battle of the bullpen this year, and with the Cubs pen, you feel like advantage Cubs, but tonight that has not been the story.
Strike on Alfaro. Make it 0-2. And Morrow without a decision so far. 14 out of 15 in save chances.
And for Brandon, excuse me, it was 71. Excuse me again, 71 consecutive innings without allowing a home run until that one.
Alfaro just got a piece of it to stay alive. Well, I was just going to ask, would Kapler use Dominguez to try to finish this game out, and he's on deck? And why not? He's only got Andrew Knapp available to hit anyway. Previous pitch called a foul ball. Well, maybe.
I'm not sure.
Barely, if he did. Ooh, that had to hurt. 96.
You can see it coming. Contreras setting up inside, and Morrow gets such good movement on his fastball. They're four-seam fastballs, which usually doesn't have this kind of action, but his do. He gets a lot of run, and dots him up pretty good.
Dominguez will hit, and this is his first career plate appearance.
Looks like they're not even going to ask him to try to get a bunt down for fear that that might go sideways on him. They're just going to have him stand up there and take some pitches, I'm guessing.
And they might get Morrow out of here. Go to a pitch count. You don't want to have him throw 30 pitches tonight.
Yeah, it's one thing if you're trying to preserve a W and you extend your closer, but when you've given up the lead or you've fallen behind, you start thinking about tomorrow night.
Dominguez just saw his battery make it hit. He looks like he wants no part
of
a Brandon Morrow fastball.
And all of a sudden Brandon can't find the strike zone.
The pitcher. And Joe making sure Mazzoni is ready. So we'll have a pitching change, ninth inning. Phillies lead 5-3. And we'll be right back.
Kansas City,
to the hot rookie sensation from Pizza Ranch. Amazing in the stretch, and it's got a meeting right out of their hands. You can kiss that crust goodbye. Pizza Ranch for the win.
Do your thing. Flee that nest. Seize that moment. Find your inspiration. Be extraordinary. Spread your wings. Mazda. Feel alive.
Ending hunger is a team sport. My friends at Binny's Beverage Depot donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository every time the Cubs leadoff man gets a hit. Here's a toast to ending hunger in Chicago. Binny's Beverage Depot, family owned since 1948.
It's a biofreeze call to the pen. Right-hander Corey Mazzoni will make his 5th appearance. Working in relief of Brandon Morrow tonight.
Fastball slider for Mazzoni, and so far he's performed well, albeit limited work. Sub-2 ERA going down at the AAA Iowa.
Pitcher jacket alert at first base. And a somewhat cool evening. Not nearly as cold as it was last night. Outside for a ball. And it's 1-1.
See, that's another reason we cannot adopt the designated hitter in the National League. We'll never see that again.
Well, you could grandfather in the jacket. I don't know why any player couldn't wear one. He went, and it's 1-2. Although some guys might want to wear the jacket while batting. Looks like that jacket might be a size too big. Two and two.
That's how the pitchers are wearing them these days. All the kids are doing it.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Well, make it a full house for Hernandez. Strikeouts over walks. Schwarber, Baez, Almora due in the bottom of the 9th.
See, I wouldn't wear the jacket. Because my OCD would kick in. I wouldn't want dirt stains on it, so I wouldn't slide. I feel like you can.
Oh, he's not going to slide.
You can get your uniform dirty, but a jacket, nice, beautiful, big league jacket. You can't go head first with that on.
No, but it's a game of statistics, and the likelihood that he would slide, 0.00007%.
You've just clinched the fact he's going to do it.
Well, not head first, though.
Fly ball to left. Schwarber back on it. And he'll make the play. 2-run homer. Dylan Cousins, the first of his big league career, and the Phillies lead by 2 in the 9th.
Hi, it's Joe Aurelio from Aurelio's Pizza. Our family's been serving your family since 1959. A Chicago Tribune's Best of Chicago. Dine in, carry out, or have it delivered hot and fresh. Find a location nearest you at Aurelio'sPizza.com. Aurelio's Pizza. It's the sauce.
Now is a great time to own the Honda CR-V, MotorTrend's 2018 SUV of the year. It's an SUV with smooth handling and excellent power delivery, and plenty of space for you and your passengers. So find out for yourself why the Honda CR-V is ready for adventure. Hurry into your Honda dealer and test drive the 2018 MotorTrend SUV of the year. Visit your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealer and test drive a Honda today.
Crust to be hot rookie sensation from Pizza Ranch. Amazing in the stretch, and it's got a meeting right out of their hands. You can kiss that crust goodbye. Pizza Ranch for the win.
Want more from your next SUV? Check out the Hyundai Tucson, awarded the most dependable small SUV by J.D. Power, and a 5-star overall safety rating by industry leaders. Thanks to an assortment of advanced safety features, all backed by America's best warranty. The Hyundai Tucson, a great deal more than just a great deal. Right now, for a limited time, you can lease a Tucson for only $159 a month. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Len and JD and our NBC Sports Chicago crew, as the Cubs now find themselves trailing for the first time tonight, and facing Seranthony Dominguez, 23 years old. Less than a month ago made his major league debut, and he has come out of the gate really strong. 1-2-3-8 tonight. This is only his 13th appearance, but 15 2/3 innings, 2 hits, no walks, 16 strikeouts.
Yeah, and obviously Gabe Kapler gaining trust in his young right-hander. He's picked up a couple of saves already this year, and this obviously is an opportunity to pick up a W tonight. He's got to go through the Cubs here in the bottom half of the 9th.
Underway here in the bottom of the 9th. Ball 1 on Kyle Schwarber. Need a base runner.
Yeah, bloop and a blast will get the job done. Walk will be just fine. Just maybe a little extra amped up here. Just firing with first 2. Down a run, you're looking to swing here. Down 2, you're probably going to take one.
Ball 3. Well, the tying run will come up. He finally walked somebody.
Yeah, and the look of that walk has got to be concerning to Gabe Kapler. And not really close there. So now he's really in a bind where he's probably going to have to throw strikes to Baez, and that's a very dangerous proposition. ready for some big swings.
He hit it foul.
That was a mistake. You know, in the game last night, he made a couple mistakes with his slider in the zone, got away with them. That's kind of a sweet spot for Javi, that backup slider up in the zone.
One and one.
Javi's 14 home runs, leads the club, tied for third best in the National League.
Outside for a ball, 100 miles an hour. Two and one on Baez. Oh. Now 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. That's the first out.
Best pitch of the sequence gets the job done. The slider off the plate. A couple pitches to hit, just missed that one hanging slider.
Almora batting eighth tonight. Reached on an intentional walk in the fourth and stole a base.
One of the key plays in this game, way back in the bottom of the second, the Cubs had one in already, runners on first and third, and he had a rocket back through the middle, and Aaron Nola was able to get his glove on it, and it turned into a 1-6-4-3 inning-ending double play.
Kick and the 0-1 dropped by the catcher Alfaro, and now Schwarber thought about heading to second, and for some reason Alfaro threw it. That isn't a huge play, but it does take away the double play opportunity.
Yeah, so you never know how this inning is going to transpire. First he clanks it, and then the ill-advised throw. Santana probably should have been able to knock that one down, though, and keep it in front of him. So, Alfaro taking the blame, but Santana didn't bail him out either. But that could be huge. With the double play opportunity gone, Ian Happ out on deck, a guy with plenty of power. He's going to get a shot here.
1-1 to Albert. Ian Happ on deck. Base hit center field. Schwarber will advance one. And they're on the corners.
Pressure busts a pipe. Leadoff walk creates an opportunity.
Dave Kapler's heading out. And he's making the call. He wants a lefty. That is Adam Morgan. Don't go anywhere. First and third. One out. 5-3 Phillies, ninth inning.
Mom and Dad got a new car with the extra third row seats. They think it's theirs. Look at them. They have no idea. It's not theirs. It's mine. 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 Mine.
The new RX 350L with 3 rows for 7 passengers.
Are you excited about your baby sister coming?
Experience space for the unexpected with the Lexus RXL, part of the RX family. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Greetings, Sprint engineers.
I've analyzed the data. These days, all networks are great, yet some humans choose to pay so much more with Verizon when they could be saving with Sprint.
Don't forget, we've got the best price for unlimited.
And Sprint offers 50% off a Samsung Galaxy S9 lease.
We must tell all humans.
Totally. You should find Joanne in marketing ASAP.
Joanne in marketing. Tell humans about 50% off ASAP.
Switch to Sprint and get excited about the Samsung GS9 at 50% off lease.
What inspired Fresh Start LA was my need to give back. We collect donations and set up a real store where kids can come in and shop for free. The kids walk out with not only new clothes, but with hope. I think that's greatness. Greatness is within reach. The HR-V from Honda.
It's a biofreeze call to the pen. We remember Adam Morgan from a couple of years ago as a starter. He has pitched out of the bullpen, though, the last 2 seasons, and putting together a fine start here in 2018.
Yeah, like a lot of guys, with the move to the bullpen, he's exhibited increased velocity. Fastball averaging 94 miles per hour. A couple years back as a starter, he was 89-90. Throws a lot of sliders. Also has a curveball and a changeup, so he brings that starting pitcher's repertoire to the bullpen with him. He still uses all of his pitches.
Another University of Alabama alum, and he turns around Happ, who will hit from the right side. Schwarber at third. Almora at first. 2-run ball game, 9th inning. Outside, ball 1.
And down with the walk-off home run.
Yeah, again, wind not blowing. Should not be an impediment.
What happens when you try to overthrow a curveball?
Numbers are pretty similar for Ian so far this year, right left. Biggest difference, less power, right-handed. Slugging about 70 points lower on the right side. The 2-0. Foul back to make it 2-1. He only hit .226 in May. 60 points off what he did in April, but his on-base percentage was way higher because he walked a ton.
Adam Morgan does not have a professional save at any level. Good take.
Another switch hitter on deck.
Hitters count. Cub fans on their feet here at Wrigley. Looking for some magic.
Bases loaded for Zobrist. So the tying runs in scoring position with 1 out. First pitch strike. Ben is nothing out of 4. Good numbers in his career with the bases loaded. Swing and a miss.
Let up. I know you got a good changeup when you can get a swing and miss. When it's elevated like that, it stays in the zone and still able to fool Zobrist.
He's done all right right-handed, better left-handed so far this season. 0-2 Tapper. They'll get one, and that'll be it. And Alfaro, I think, because of that earlier throw, decided to make the right decision. He didn't really have a play on Zobrist, but I think his thought was, if I fire this into right, we're tied.
Yeah, it's a time where you want to be greedy to try to make a play to end the ball game, but you got to be smart about it. And it looked like Schwarber had thoughts about trying to take him out too, but you know, with the Rizzo play in Pittsburgh,
good point,
in the rearview mirror not too long ago, he decided not to.
Well, that is an excellent point.
Yeah, it looked like he was kind of veering towards him and then thought better of it.
That's the last thing you would want is a game to end on a play like that.
Yeah.
So it's Heyward with the bases still loaded, but 2 outs.
And that's the thing with the ruling having come down from the league office the day after, that Anthony should have been ruled out as a base runner. Now you have to be mindful of that.
The kick and the pitch. What a snag there by Alfaro. We assume Russell's not available due to the finger issue. Happ and LaStella have been used. Chris Jimenez, the only available position player on the bench. Heyward hitting just 139 against lefties.
This will be Morgan's last man. He'll either finish this ball game right now or somebody else will come in for KB if Heyward can keep things alive.
2 balls, no strikes. Pitch. 2-1.
Ooh, 97. Some adrenaline at play here tonight for Morgan. Deep in the corners in the outfield, but Herrera fairly shallow in center. Ball gets over his head. Cubs win.
Cubs led this game 3-0. The Phillies with 2 big home runs. Altair 3-run shot to tie it in the 6th. Cousins 2-run blast here in the 9th. Cubs have the bases loaded with 2 outs. And a 2-2 count on Heyward.
Cubs scored 2 runs in the 4th. After Bryant and Rizzo both walked to start that inning. They've walked twice here in the 9th. They take advantage yet again. Whatever it takes.
Now ready. The 2-2 pitch. There's a drive deep right. Cubs win! Cubs win on a grand slam by Heyward.
I guess he hit it over Herrera's head. How sweet does that feel for Jason Heyward? Pile on, boys! Wow.
Can you believe that? Hitting 139 against lefties.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of improbable here tonight with Cishek and Morrow both giving up home runs. Now Jason Heyward unloads. It's our Ford home run replay. A grand slam to end the ball game. Just his 3rd home run of the year, and no doubt about it. That was fun.
Wow, Cubs beat the Phillies 7-5. They're only a game back in the division. They're a game up in the loss column. And Kelly Krall is on the field. It's our On the Diamond interview presented by James & Sons Fine Jewelers.
Guys, thanks a lot. Wow, Jason, this is the first walk-off of the season for you guys, and what does it feel like for you?
Sorry, you gotta say that one more time. Sorry, Kelly, one more time. Watch out.
That was sweet. You tried to warn me. I really appreciate it. But walk us through that at-bat, Jason, and how do you feel right now?
It's good that we won, man. Good that we won. It's nice to get rewarded as a group. We've been grinding all year. It's the way this game goes when we play good teams. Teams get up to play us. It's awesome. It's nice to do it in front of these fans.
For you in particular, in that at-bat, you're sitting there 2-2. You've watched how things have unfolded. What are you trying to do?
Man, I'm trying to relax and keep it simple as possible. I know if he makes his pitch, he's going to make his pitch. He's got good stuff. And hopefully get a mistake and not try and do too much with it.
I heard Anthony Rizzo come up and say something about right before that pitch, but I couldn't hear the rest of it. What did he say?
He said right before that pitch, he said, how about a grand slam right here? So he returned the favor because before he hit his home run, I said he's going to go deep right here, so it works out.
All right, well, Jason, go ahead. Enjoy this one. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Guys.
Kelly, thank you. Jason receives a $500 gift card from James & Sons Fine Jewelers. Wow. Just all I could say. For JD, for Kelly, for Doug, our entire NBC Sports Chicago crew. Here at Wrigley Field, Len Casper with your final score. The Cubs 7, the Phillies 5. Join us again tomorrow, 12:30 for our pregame coverage. Series finale. It'll be the rubber game. Phillies and the Cubs coming up next from the ballpark, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Postgame live. Thanks to all of you for sending in your wonderful pictures tonight. And one last look at the final pitch of the ball game tonight.
Mom, Dad, hi. I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-thru lane. But what a powerful life lesson. And don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll just forgive you.
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
It's not just a coaster, you know. It's an invitation.
Jim Beam on the rocks.
The bourbon that's been making history since 1795 invites you to make some of your own.
AT&T gives you more for your thing. Your getting serious thing. That moving out of the friend zone, moving in together, and getting two of everything thing. Those fur babies preparing you for real babies thing. That one for me, one for you, us together for the rest of forever thing. Buy one iPhone 8 and get one iPhone 8 on us. More for your thing. That's our thing. Visit att.com.
Check out the Gone Fishing event at Bass Pro Shops in Cabela's with free fishing at our Catch and Release Pond this weekend. Plus, great gifts for Dad, like flag t-shirts for only $5 and an Igloo 120-quart cooler for under $50.
Notebooks let your workforce go anywhere. IT orchestration by CDW makes sure your data stays close at hand. With the HP EliteBook X360 and its innovative security features, including multi-factor authentication, HP SureView integrated privacy screen, and SureStart self-healing BIOS, pre-configured by the experts at CDW, so your defenses go wherever you go. Secured productivity by HP, IT orchestration by CDW.
Once I was me, doing what I love, on top of my game, but a brain tumor rocked my world, and I was hardly me at all. Then I found Northwestern Medicine.
Northwestern Medicine is on a never-ending pursuit of excellence. Anchored by the highest-ranked neurology and neurosurgery program in Illinois for 11 straight years. Because what makes us better makes you better.
I wasn't just me anymore. I was better.
Northwestern Medicine. Better.
Cubs baseball on NBC Sports Chicago is brought to you in part by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers. As reliable as the cars themselves. Xfinity. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet with the best in-home Wi-Fi experience. Call, click, or visit an Xfinity store today. And by Toyota. Tested, trusted, Toyota. Toyota, let's go places. Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois.
One word, wow. This was the game of the year so far for the Chicago Cubs, 7-5. They had the lead, they lost the lead, and a dramatic walk-off grand slam win here at Wrigley Field. Hello and welcome to Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Luke Stuckmeyer with former Cubs David DeJesus and Doug Glanville. This was unreal. We were sitting here thinking this is going to be a really tough loss, and just like that, one pitch changes everything.
I mean, Jason Heyward, what a great at-bat there it is. The 2-0 pitch down and in, that's what lefties love to hit. He took it, he waited for something out over the plate, and I'm excited for Jason Heyward. He's starting to hit, and he's getting in clutch moments. This couldn't be any bigger for the Cubs right now.
Yeah, I mean, Heyward, that ball was a bomb. I mean, that, you know, you kind of remember Heyward coming, this power hitter, but that had the backspin and the carry. That's something they hadn't seen in a while, but because this was way out. I mean, we're not talking about a wall scraper. Left center field, more center. And, you know, Heyward starting to put some things together. Didn't have some great at-bats earlier in this game, but the timing was what mattered.
Exactly. It was our Gerber collision and glass play of the game. He'd hit 139 this year against lefties. It looked like a tough matchup, but that's why baseball's so great. You just never know what's going to happen. And like you said, that was a no-doubter. It wasn't like it just barely made it into the basket.
Yeah, and I was looking earlier. I was like, I wonder, are they going to try to pinch hit? But I was like, who's on the bench? They use Ian Happ. I mean, that's how tough he's had a time in terms of hitting left-handed pitching. So, you know, proved everybody wrong right there. I mean, that was a clutch hit and obviously the big grand slam.
And the at-bats before Heyward, getting on base, working the count. Just a bunch of good at-bats before Jason Heyward solidifying the win.
What does this do for a guy, though, who's had kind of a roller coaster ride here, has been looking for a big moment? We were joking around watching the game. I said, well, if he hits one here, that's going to feel real good for Jason Heyward.
I think right now that was his 6th hit off of a lefty. Last week he got a hit off Rivera, one of the best closers in the game. So it's just confidence. This game is confidence, and now he's walking up to plate with a little swag to him. They're like, hey, I can do some damage now. And the fans and the Cubs players, they've never not believed in him, but now they believe in him a little bit more.
Hey, Kelly Kroll telling us in the postgame report that Anthony Rizzo said, hey, how about a grand slam here? And let's face it, Anthony Rizzo, another lefty who really hit a bomb out of here earlier in the game, too. That was high heat, and he turned on it quickly.
Yeah, I mean, one thing, Aaron Nola has been a dominant pitcher this year, Cy Young candidate. He wasn't really sharp with fastball location. And you saw there he tried to tie him up and leaked out over the plate. And it takes a lot of power to be able to get on top of the fastball the way Rizzo was able to. But Nola is one of the best in the game right now, and the Cubs were able to turn him around.
It was a big home run, and when I watched it, I thought, how did he get around on it so fast? That's when you know a guy is really hitting well.
Yes, Rizzo is a handsy type of hitter, and as a hitter, you want to be able to hit a high fastball. That's when you know you're on top of your game. If you can get to a high fastball, he wanted it more inside, left it out over the plate, and that's out over the plate to Rizzo, a little bit in, and he was able to take a nice quick swing at it, and it was a very handsy swing. That's when I know he's going good.
UPS star of the game, who would it be? Well, we would have said Jason Heyward, but we can't give everything to Jason Heyward. Jose Quintana was really good in this game. He was cruising along 5 2/3, coming off a game where he had gone 6 innings in his last start. This is 2 back-to-back starts now that he's been very effective.
Yeah, I mean, he's had the sort of up and downs, right? Win-loss, win-loss. But, this was a back-to-back example of his fastball working well. He's still able to throw the fastball by people, even when it was out over the plate, because he has that late cutting action that cuts into right-handed hitters. And enough complement with the secondary pitches to keep them honest. But I think his fastball's been really key to his turning this around.
He had some changeups in this game, too, where he caught batters a little bit off guard, and that can be effective for him at times.
And especially when that fastball glove side is working for him, that's when the changeup comes in. That's a good pitch for him, and he's starting to rely on that more. He's throwing more changeups and adding it into mix with the curveball.
Let's take a look at the Bio-Freeze pitching matchup. As we mentioned, both starters very effective tonight. Jose Quintana going 5 2/3, allowing just 3 hits, 6 innings for Aaron Nola. 4 walks, which somewhat affected him, and then 10 strikeouts for Jose Quintana. He was really dealing at parts of this game here. But in general, a good pitching matchup, and both pitchers were very effective throughout most of the game.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if Madden would keep Quintana in a little bit longer. It wasn't really, big hit. He had an infield single off him, walk here and there. But for the most part, in the 6th inning, he was still kind of going. So kind of a quick hook, but he did have 91 pitches, but the 10 strikeouts, he looked good. And then all of a sudden, Cishak, the home run came and tied the ball game for the Phillies.
That would have been the storyline of the game for sure. Yeah. The questions would have been to Joe, well, Quintana came out, it's kind of shoved to the side now at this point because of what Jason Heyward did. But Steve Cishak had gone over 50 innings, 3rd in baseball, the longest streak he had without giving up a home run. So he was playing the odds in this.
Yes, in that situation, all right, Quintana walked 4 pitches, the leadoff hitter, almost drilled Odubel Herrera in the head, got 2 strikeouts, and it's a good matchup. Altera's not swinging the bat good against right-handed pitchers, and but the slider, he just left it right over the plate. The guy hit it out, and sometimes you make the pitch, sometimes you don't.
Luckily, the Cubs walk out of here with a dramatic 7-5 win over the Phillies. We're going to take our first break here on Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield, a walk-off grand slam. We'll hear from Joe Madden after a quick timeout.
Cubs Postgame Live is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all.
To be in the Express, you gotta be able to ride. And I mean really ride.
Jack, wait.
Ma, I ain't no boy no more.
You don't know what's out there. It's dangerous.
This is something I have to do, Ma. But the job only calls to a man who has what it takes.
You take this, and you go west as fast as you can.
Think we'll see him again, Mom?
I reckon.
How can you be so sure?
Because west is that way.
It's not just a coaster, you know. It's an invitation.
Jim Beam on the rocks.
The bourbon that's been making history since 1795 invites you to make some of your own.
Does your business internet provider promise a lot? Let's see who delivers more. Comcast Business gives you gig speed in more places. The others don't. We offer up to 6 hours of 4G wireless network backup. Everyone else? No way. We let calls from any of your devices come from your business number. Them, not so much. We let you keep an eye on your business from anywhere. The others? Nope. Get 75 megabit internet for $49.95 per month when you get 2 voice mobility lines. Call or go online today.
We got to go down on the field. We went up with Len and JD and just so kind and welcoming. We got to take lots of good pictures. We just got to do a tour of the NBC Sports truck and everyone there just welcomed us. I couldn't ask for anything more.
It took guts to start my business, but as it grew bigger and bigger, it took a whole lot more. And that's why I switched to the Spark Cash Card from Capital One. With it, I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. Everything. What's in your wallet?
At the Jeep Celebration event, it's time to celebrate the most awarded best-selling SUV lineup. Because no matter where your imagination takes you, Jeep brand vehicles were made to get you there. Hurry in now and for a limited time get an additional $500 bonus cash at the Jeep Celebration event. Or during 1 week to deal, well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2018 Jeep Compass for $269 a month with 0 due at signing. Hurry in today.
Pretty sweet game out here for Authentic Fan Night at Wrigley Field. Come out to the next NBC Sports Chicago Cubs Authentic Fan Night on July 3rd when the Cubs host the Tigers. The first 500 fans to visit our Authentic Fan booth inside Gallagher Way Gate will receive free Cubs Authentic Fan sunglasses. For more information, visit NBCSportsChicago.com/CubsAF. Time for our Four Seasons Heating and Air Conditioning and Plumbing and Electric. Who's hot, who's not? Marcell Ozuna, 2 homers and 6 ribbies, 8 for his last 14. Who's not? Asdrubal Cabrera of the Mets, 6 strikeouts, 2 for his last 27. Welcome back to Wrigley Field and Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Luke Stuckmeyer with David DeJesus and Doug Glanville. A big comeback win. Cubs had a 3-0 lead, then trailed 5-3 in the 9th inning, and a walk-off grand slam with 2 outs and a 2-2 count by Jason Heyward sent this crowd into a frenzy. Let's listen into Joe Madden, who's speaking here at Wrigley Field, presented by Comcast Business.
Well, first of all, Joe guaranteed the win before the game. Second of all, we had, the ball's on our own 45. No timeouts left. Trips right. Hail Mary. And we got the touchdown. So I think it's all appropriate that Joe Willie was here today to witness that game. A lot of unlikely events occurred. Home runs, all 3 of them, all difficult matchups for the hitters, and all 3 the hitters came through. Pretty amazing.
There are a lot of ways to win a game, but when you win with a walk-off grand slam by one of the guys on your team, that's got to be really uplifting.
Of course. We haven't had one, right? That was our first walk-off this year. Again, we played really well tonight, and we swung the bats well tonight. We're still behind the old 8 ball there. Albert had a great night. A line drive off the pitcher, line drive at the third baseman, eventually gets a knock up the middle. So there was a lot of good stuff, running the bases, fought through some jams, and then one pitch from Cishek, and then one pitch from 2 of our arguably best relief pitchers, or among the best. I mean, and all of a sudden they got 5 runs. Just an unlikely set of events, but we fought back, stayed with it, and hopefully that's the kind of game that could push us a little bit.
Were you more concerned with Q at that point, or just felt better with Cishek?
Of course. I mean, it's
because he had struck out Alfaro.
Yeah, of course, but I mean, it just 95th pitch, whatever it was, in that general vicinity. And the Altair coming up, who's really, the matchup was spectacular. It's just not okay. Cishek on him in that moment, it just didn't work. I would have been more upset with myself had I left Quintana in and he hit a 3-run homer as opposed to what we did the right thing and it worked out that way. It just doesn't play, but it was the right thing to do.
Were you okay with the pitch selection?
He just hung it. He hung it. He gets that away. You know, most times guys are looking first pitch fastball coming out of a guy coming out of the bullpen. He just put in a bad spot and give the kid hitter credit. He didn't miss it. Hit it dead central.
Joe, Jason Heyward has struggled against lefties all season.
Yep.
Kind of stuck with him there. What have you seen in Heyward?
Well, I mean, again, there's certain types of pitches he's still good at. I mean, and he got one there. He got one against Vasquez in Pittsburgh too. I just think, again, mechanically, I like what he's doing better now. He didn't have a great night, but who did? I mean, Nola's pretty solid. Ask Zoe how good their starting pitcher was tonight. But Jason, I don't know, last 10 days has been in the ball consistently hard. And even when he doesn't, he's finding some holes with it too, playing his great defense. It's a confidence thing for him too. So hopefully that's going to do something to really project his confidence in the right direction. But my goodness, that was really well struck too. That was, I don't know exactly what the wind was doing at that point, but that ball came off the bat hot.
Joe, have any guaranteed that Heyward this season?
I was just concerned about tonight's game.
Brian's space running.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, we did so.
Joe Madden, of course, was happy to have Joe Namath, one of his childhood heroes, out here. So exciting for him. And he talked about, you know, taking out Quintana and putting in Cishek. He loves to play the matchups.
Yeah, the matchup was clear. Altera was under 200 this season. So the righty, especially a guy like Cishek, is really nasty to face as a righty. The ball sweeping away, he keeps it down generally, and hard to really get elevated where you can get to this long ball. So that was, a well-struck ball straight to center field. You kind of tip your cap at that point, but all of a sudden it was 3-3 tie ball game.
Yeah, and the Phillies, of course, thought they had the matchup with 2 outs in the 9th inning as well. Let's take a look at our Jim Beam winning box score for tonight. They had their hands full against Nola, but you see some guys finally got some production through there. As Joe Madden mentioned, against a really good pitcher, they still hit the ball fairly well tonight.
Yeah, they were striking it. They were staying inside the ball. They got some walks. Were able to make some things happen on the bases. They, again, struggled a little bit with runners in scoring position. That's been going on this whole season, but came to a big at bat. Jason Heyward, advantage Heyward at that point.
Yeah, and Alfaro Jr., I mean, he scalded the ball the whole game. I mean, he's looking fantastic. I mean, you could see a guy, the way he's approaching the ball, he's going to be able to hit 300 in the big leagues consistently. He has that kind of stroke going. Yeah. And, he didn't show up in the box score, but a line drives went off Nola's glove. But he got the hit when it counted.
Yeah. You know what maybe else doesn't show up in the box score if you're not looking for it is Chris Bryant with some great base running tonight. Heads up base running, making the Phillies pay for the shift and then not paying attention in the field as well. It was an interesting play because he's smart about it, right? When he gets on base.
And he was down 0-2 this at bat. Worked. Nola was like, he's going to swing at this. Chris Bryant took it, stole second, and just heads up. This is heads up baseball. No, you see no one on third base. You know the catcher's not going to beat you there. Go ahead and take advantage of it.
But he has to know that he has to be thinking ahead the shift, and they may not be thinking ahead like I am.
I mean, he's a great base runner, and it's not just because the numbers are showing how successful he is going first to third or second to home. It's because of plays like that. That happens because you anticipate. You're thinking ahead. And with shifts, it takes guys out of position. If they're not prepared, it's like, okay, we're shifting. The catcher has to be there. If they're not thinking 3 steps ahead, a guy like Bryant will bury you with it. And he ended up scoring very easily off the hit off Contreras, and that could be a game difference.
James & Sons Fine Jewelers fielding gem. They had some good defense, too. Yeah. The Cubs played a good baseball game in general. And Ben Zobrist here at second base. Yesterday we talked about Javi Baez going over to the wall. This is a pretty nice play by Ben Zobrist.
That's his 37-year-old body, ranging, sliding, turning. He made it look like he looked like a youngster out there on the field right there. But this guy is a solid veteran. He's going to be ready to play the game and be mentally ready every play. So he's a guy that you don't have to worry about.
And he does it from anywhere, right? Exactly. Second base, right field, wherever they put him. He's an asset out there, really fundamentally sound. When you hear Madden talk about him, he talks about his footwork. His footwork is so exceptional, no matter what position he's playing.
Yeah. Good win for the Cubs, 7-5, a comeback win on their first walk-off of the year. More Cubs postgame live after a quick timeout.
Your official Rolex jeweler is James & Sons in Chicago, Orland Park, and Cherville.
Get big savings during Menards Big Sale. Update your bathroom with Delta faucets. Right now, all Delta faucets and accessories are on sale. This Lakewood bath faucet has a spot shield brush nickel finish, $99.99. Get the matching toilet paper holder for $21.99. Protect your basement and keep it dry with Barracuda pumps. This powerful 3/4 horsepower stainless steel sump pump with a cast iron base pumps up to 4,800 gallons per hour, $144. Plus, Menards gift cards are perfect for Father's Day.
Save big money at Menards.
Straight up and relevant to you. We're all about that on the NBC 5 News at 10. Weather, our storm team gets you ready for whatever, because this is normal for Chicago. Shady business? That doesn't fly with us. NBC 5 investigates for you. Sports, catch more than scores. And the folks who are putting neighbor back in neighborhood, we got a lot of those stories that are making a difference. Keep it here. We'll keep it relevant to you. Rob Stafford, Allison Rosati, and the NBC 5 News at 10.
You use us to keep your dirty wars at arm's length from Washington.
We believe there to be an active threat.
You threaten my wife, my children? We need you to go in and clean up the mess.
They have something on you.
Finish the job, Max, and then go home.
Deep State, only on FX.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things.
Beautiful night in Chicago. Cubs fans, show your team pride with Cubs checking and an official Cubs MasterCard debit card only available at your local Wintrust Community Bank. Go to wintrust.com/Cubs to learn more. Member FDIC. Cubs win 7-5, their first walk-off of the season. Let's take a look at our Blue Cross Blue Shield keys to the game. David, what were they?
Mine was get him in. In the New York Mets series, they had plenty of opportunities to drive runners in. Yesterday, they were 0 for 6. So coming in today, I want to see they're going to have opportunities. I wanted to see the guys have good at-bats when runners in scoring position. They got a couple runs early in the game, but Jason Heyward in the bottom of the ninth had the biggest swing of the game.
Doug, did you take a different approach at the plate when there was somebody on base?
Well, they certainly pitched you differently, so you had to. Especially runners in scoring position. You understood that guys kind of capitalize on your anxiety at the plate. You're jumpy, you're ready, and the really good pitchers make you chase a little bit more. And the good hitters, like a Bryant, you saw the control he showed against Nola. After seeing fastballs, he's laying off tough pitches. So that can be the difference maker. That timely hitting comes down to that approach.
You know who didn't show any jitters at all? Dylan Cousins. I was trying to think of his last name. Yeah. But it was really a remarkable home run. It's his first career home run, and we thought it was going to be the game.
I mean,
right? We thought this was the game winner, basically.
That is not a bad pitch right there. This guy drove. Lefties love that down and in fastball. This was a down and away fastball at 98 miles an hour, and he drove it out the other way. And once he hit it, you hear the sound of that bat, and it's like, I was like, that's gone. And basket, and that was it. That was it. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, 40 home runs in Double-A, and last 2 years ago, had a lot of home runs. He's a home run strikeout guy, but he has some big-time power.
Well, I couldn't remember his name, and now he's going to hate me for the rest of his life.
He's watching this right now.
This post-game show. So tomorrow you get Tyler Chatwood on the mound, and, of course, control has been the big factor for him. What do you expect to see on the mound out of him?
Well, he's got to work those strikes early. I mean, that's going to be the way you see, is this guy going to be in for 6-7 innings, or is he going to be out in 3 or 4? So, the command, he's tried to make some adjustments, the release, but the command hasn't been there. And he's been able to bend but not break. His ERA is still, reasonable. But especially with Darvish out, they need a little extra pickup from Chatwood.
But if he can get that command, the rest of the stuff shows you that he can be very successful.
Yeah, because when he throws that fastball, 93, 94, that thing moves like a sinker, and it slides across the zone. So hitters, it's not a comfortable bat when you're a hitter. But the thing is, it seems like he's always 2-0, 3-0. He needs to get strike one. That's going to be important for him, strike one tomorrow.
Final thoughts on this win tonight. Joe Madden talked about, hey, maybe this is something that gets us going forward.
You know, everybody contributes, and that's the Jason Heyward story. Even if he's struggling, there's so many other ways you can participate, and Madden capitalized on the idea that they're all part of this puzzle.
Cubs and Phillies back at it tomorrow, guys. Thanks for being here. 7-5, Cubs win on a walk-off grand slam and a Gatorade bath for Jason Heyward. And Kelly.
We've come so far, I guess I'm proud. And I ain't worried about the wrinkles around my smile. I got some scars, I've been around. I felt some pain, I've seen some things, but I'm here now. Those good old days. I wish somebody would have told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days.
It's the Jeep Celebration event. Hurry in to celebrate the reimagined 2019 Jeep Cherokee. Wherever your imagination takes you, the Jeep Cherokee was made to get you there with state-of-the-art technology and impressive fuel economy. Hurry in now, and for a limited time, get an additional $500 bonus cash on select 2018 models at the Jeep Celebration event. During 1 week, the deal, get $1,000 bonus cash for a total of $5,000 total cash allowance on the 2018 Jeep Cherokee.
It took guts to start my business, but as it grew bigger and bigger, it took a whole lot more. And that's why I switched to the Spark Cash Card from Capital One. With it, I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. Everything. And that 2% cash back adds up to thousands of dollars each year. So I can keep growing my business in big leaps. What's in your wallet?
Does your business internet provider promise a lot? Let's see who delivers more. Comcast Business gives you gig speed in more places. The others don't. We offer up to 6 hours of 4G wireless network backup. Everyone else? No way. We let calls from any of your devices come from your business number. Them, not so much. We let you keep an eye on your business from anywhere. The others? Nope. Get 75 megabit internet for $49.95 per month when you get 2 voice mobility lines. Call or go online today.
It's not just a coaster, you know. It's an invitation.
Jim Beam on the rocks.
The bourbon that's been making history since 1795 invites you to make some of your own.
Do your thing. Flee that nest. Seize that moment. Find your inspiration. Be extraordinary. Spread your wings. Mazda. Feel alive.
Day for baseball in Minneapolis. Only one on tap for you this evening as the Sox and Twins split a doubleheader yesterday. This is game number 3 of